saying to people, as soon as they move, they've committed a fraud. All these people, I'm saying to you all the time, as soon as they move, they've done a fraud.
How can they get away with it?
Because of us. We put up with it. We put up with it. We put up with it. So this is my camera, and I'm taking it, and he's sitting there saying, "Oh, what should I do?" And asking, "What should I do? What should I do?" Well, say something. Do something. Huh? Well, that's what's going on. Somebody's claiming your property, and you're running around saying you don't know what to do, and they're carrying on.
And administrating it.
Yeah.
It's administration.
So it's just being confident and knowing not to be deceived by these clowns anymore. Yeah, go on.
No, I just want to say, what I'm personally afraid of is going away and coming back and not being able to get back to my house.
How would that happen? These guys, they have to use processes. They never just show up and say, "Oh, we're going to take your house." They always use processes, about 3. Always, they're trying always. They're going to send you 3 notices for you to ignore. And once you ignore this, they're going to carry on. But if you deal with it from the first instance, the first letter that you receive, let them know your standing as a man or a woman. If you're going to represent your legal fiction, that's status, they need to know your status. You see, once you've done that, then you can do business. And then you conditionally accept whatever they're saying, anything they say, upon proof of claim. And ask them some very specific questions, and then create the agreement. If you don't answer me within so many days, it means your claim, you've abandoned your claim, so your claim is false, it's unsubstantiated, which means you're going to leave me alone. Otherwise, you're liable for fraud. You see, in those words. You see, yeah. So where are we? I'll go to number 8. So subrogation is there's a doctrine of subrogation provides that if the SPV, which presumably holds the legal title to the property, they cannot sue you if they are prevented by law from making any claim against you due to the acquisition of the note by an undue process. Then the bank has no right as well. You see. So as soon as the bank gives it to subrogates the deal to the SPV, they lose standing. The SPV has secured the loan through an undue process. They lose standing as well. You cannot be allowed to keep something you've stolen. That's where it is with the SPV. They cannot bring a claim against you. So they're finished at that level as well. So who's bringing the claim? I don't even know. Right. So something, we know about the holder by now, don't we? Holder of a document? Holder. Or holder in due course. Yeah. So the holder of a document is when they send you a document, one of their liability orders, and you keep it, you become a holder, which makes you liable for whatever terms are on that document. That's why you have to return it within 72 hours. So 7.2. That's the 7.2 is the. It's actually no, but 7.2 is the hours that you need to return back. It works out as a triangle as well, so it's going to work out as 3 days. All right. So within 3 days, you need to send back. Don't be a holder of a document whose terms you're not prepared to fulfill. Yeah. So if there's any errors in the document, you send it back. So it's always this as well. So if it's, let's say, taxes things, it's easy to accept them and endorse them properly, and send it back and discharge it.
How can you prove that it's within 72 hours when it arrives by frank mail?
What do you mean prove? Prove to who?
You can't prove that you had it.
Prove to who? Who are you trying to prove to?
But you're going to return it within 72 hours. You haven't signed for it. So there is no time you receive it.
So you receive it today, for instance. You receive it today, you receive it tomorrow, and you send it out tomorrow. That's within 3 days.
To be saying, how does the other person
They don't know whether you've got it either, do they?
Yeah, that's
you
what
tell
I'm
them.
saying.
I received it. You be competent. I received this letter today. Okay, you tell them. I received this letter today. I'm returning to you within 72 hours.
That's it. Just make sure you get the receipt for it from the post office. You've got to send it back.
Because you're going to get 2, right? Because when you go to the post, it's going to give you the small one, slip. And then you go online, and then you check when it's been served. It's going to say signed for, and you print that out as well. And you attach it to your document. And you file it.
What's wrong? It's not hard.
And you file it. So that's you're going to pick it up. But 72 hours is from when you receive it until when you send it out. You know when you received it, and you know when you sent it out. So you don't have to prove it. I don't understand how you prove. To who are you trying to prove anyway?
I think he's saying that they can prove that you actually got it.
Who?
Right, no, the problem is, we stay in honour. We're not
I don't care what they do. You say on himself. Don't worry about what they do. What I'm saying is, if you receive a letter today, deal with it within 72 hours and let them know that I'm returning timely. If you don't want to quote hours, say I'm timely. Use that word timely. It's timely returned to you. Okay? For me, I use that. I'm returning to you, this document to you within 72 hours, within the requisite 72 hours, so they know that I know what they're doing.
You run after your estate, that's it. So you've got to be competent. That's the key thing. You have to be competent.
Yeah, so it's 72 hours. So the holder. Yeah. So holder right now of your mortgage is presumably this guy here, SPV. But he's not going to show his face. So as long as he doesn't show his face, who's the holder then? There's no holder. So who's bringing the claim? Nobody. How the hell do people lose their houses? I don't know.
It's the bank that brings the claim that when you, even though it's
But the bank,
the holder.
now, when the bank brings the claim, the first letter, right? They send you or pay us a mortgage. But we initiate, I don't know. For me, I initiate. My first letter, people paying mortgage, I write to the bank and say, I'd like to see all these documents. They don't respond, that's how I do it. But let's say they write to you and say they want to foreclose on you, then you can start and say, oh, one question only. I need proof of claim that you are the true lender. That's enough. That's enough. Because the claimant claims to be a lender who's lent some money out and it hasn't been paid back. So you prove to me that you lent me any money.
Contract, yeah. Where's the proof?
There's no proof.
There is one question I want to ask you about that. But you say that the banks never have any money when you take out a mortgage.
Yep.
But as a seller, if I'm selling a property to you, and you're taking a mortgage out, then when I've sold it, the bank has to give me that money. So where does the money come from then?
From me.
No, but you just give them a promissory note, and you say that.
They convert that to legal tender to pay for the house. It's here. I'm getting to it. It's here.
Okay.
I'm getting to it. Right? Okay. We're gonna get. I know what point you're saying. So holder. Right. So number 10 is the word that you're going to use to defend that bifurcation. So you can use that word, but the fact that they've separated the title from the key, it means nobody knows who owns the car. Same with the mortgage. They've separated the promissory note from the agreement, nobody knows who owns the car. Is it him or is it him? And both of them are coming to, or somebody who's different is coming and saying, I should pay them. And I'm saying to him, okay, fine, I'm going to pay you if you show me the title that you own the car. He doesn't have it. If you don't have the title, why are you hassling me? You're not the owner. I'm the owner. Anyway, yes. So that's the word you're going to use, is bifurcation, meaning the division of something into two parts. The note has been separated from the title. It is therefore unclear who has a recorded interest in the real property. And those are the words you're going to use. A recorded interest. Everything is on record. So who has a recorded interest in this property? Nobody. No one. Well, no one can prove that actually hold a note in respect of your property. Nobody has anything except you. You're the only anyone who's got any paper to read that property. Nobody else has, you see. So you own the house. Okay. Now, in order to prove a claim, that's number 11. To prove a claim that the mortgage is null and void, you need to conduct, like we said, a forensic audit of the accounting, number 1, and securitization. Accounting is whatever money is being going in and out. The securitization is when they sell or securitize your mortgage. They have to give you disclosure of who they've given it to, you see, and that's what it is. Okay, right, so we're going to go into the scenario where the gentleman was talking about. So scenario 1. So you go to the bank believing that the bank has some money to lend you, okay, in response to the advertising. Because they say, oh, come on, we're going to give you some money so you can get some mortgage. So you go there believing that. However, the bank never discloses to you that they have no money, nor that they're not permitted, in fact, by the corporate charter to lend depositors money. They're not allowed to do that. For instance, if I take my money to the bank, £10, here's the bank, I give him £10. He can't lend that out in case I come back later and say I need my £10. Where is it? Oh, I lent it out. What do you mean you lent it out, man? When I put my money in the bank, I should stay there, not for you to lend it out. They're not allowed by the corporate charter to lend out depositors money. That's it. So where do they get money to lend? It's ridiculous. They have no money anyway. Right.
And lawyers don't have an agreement either, or a license to collect any debts.
Yeah, well, that's a good one as well. Yeah, when they say they give you a mortgage, ask them that. Do you have a license to give mortgages, dear bank?
You need a license.
They have a license to give mortgages. That's the funny thing about it. That's the funny thing. That's how we killed HMRC. Because HMRC don't have a license to do anything. They don't exist, you see. So with these banks, They don't have a license to give mortgages. You see, so they're conducting illegal business from the beginning. You see, ask him that. You claim you gave me a mortgage. Please show me your license to give mortgages.
Do they need a license to?
Yeah, they have to.
They do need a license.
Advertise for a mortgage company, so you assume that they have a mortgage.
Everything is on presumptions. They operate on presumptions.
If the government, no.
The government doesn't exist. Don't even talk about government. Sorry. There is no government, by the way. If you thought there was a government, I'm going to shock you. There is no government. The government was sold a long time ago. This is a private company running game on you now. They're pretending that they're government. They're not government. It's a private corporation. It's called the United Kingdom Corporation Limited, which is separate from England and Wales. It's a separate entity. England and Wales is the land that people live on. United Kingdom is a corporation that runs the business or currency or makes sure trafficking happens on their road. That's all. You see. So the banks
also registered at Companies House.
Exactly, they're registered. Go and check them.
It was in 2011. It's gone.
Yeah, it went bust, and they're no longer trading because they failed to file the accounting, and
No, it's still trading, but
they're still trading
in America.
They're not trading here though. UK company.
No, they are, but they're trading from America because they've all been dissolved.
Oh, okay, so it's
2008.
remotely.
Yeah, and now they're.
Can't get the accounts.
Yeah, so
Wow.
they've got the accounts.
Oh, yeah, but that's what it is. Once they keep us busy with all these bills and all this television nonsense, they're doing stuff behind the shadows.
Yeah.
That's why we're incompetent. Because we're sitting there watching TV thinking, oh, the government's going to take care of me.
No,
the government doesn't exist.
No.
It doesn't exist.
That fire showed that, didn't it?
Yeah.
They are going to take care of you. They'll take
Oh, they
good
will.
care of you.
Take care of you. Yeah. So these are thieves, right? Criminals who've done it for a long time. They've got used to it. Now it's time for us to be competent and to regain. If we go back to this stuff here, you have to understand that, how do you put it? The temple, Jesus changed the money changes from the temple. That's your job now. And Jesus, Yeshua, gave you the authority to cast out demons. That's your job. So go out there and cast out these demons and remove these people from the temple, from your father's temple.
Yeah.
Remove the government from your temple completely. Understand that you answer to that. You don't answer to this. You're going up, you're not coming down. You see. So you answer to that. Your creator. You don't answer to a legal fiction, private, for-profit corporation. We call it a thievery corporation. That's the proper name. You don't answer to them. In our world, they don't even exist. We don't recognize them, you see. It's like a flea. What do you want? Cough. What do you want? A cough. We have no contract with you. United Kingdom Corporation Limited, or whoever you're going to call yourself. I have no business with you. I abide by the law of the land, known as England. That's it. The rest of it is contract. And they can do whatever they feel like. We don't care. Because we know who we are. We know what the law is. That's more important, to know the law. Okay? So, we're going to do blah, blah, blah. Now the acceptance and deposit. Oh, I have to explain this to you. When you write your promissory note to take a loan, what they do is take the promissory note. This is why it's got a loan, and they record it in their accounts as an asset. It's recorded as a cash deposit.
Not a loan.
You see, so they don't record it as a liability. So let's say the bank had £100 in the account this morning, and you come in and do a promissory note for 100, another 100, okay? They don't take the 100 and give it to you so it marks zero. At the end of the day, it's going to read 200 because they put yours as a cash deposit. The promissory note is just that. Cash is promissory notes. That's what it is. So
I promise to pay the bearer.
yeah,
So
I promise to pay the bearer. It's the same thing. So they put your deposit as cash. So if they had zero account in the morning and you come and take a loan for 100, they credit themselves in the positive for 100. That's how you get them.
So it's just numbers in a computer
That's
saying
right.
that
That's right.
this money is there.
Money of accounting, that's the name of it. Money of accounting. Another sweet one as well. Oh my God, this mortgage is so easy. We were murdering in Huddersfield a few years ago. We're asking the bank, conditional acceptance. I accept to pay you a mortgage if you can identify whether the amount owed is either money of exchange or account. Which one is it? Yep. Yep. Or which payment do you want due? How would you like paid? Do you like to be paid by money of account or money of exchange? They never give you any money of exchange. They give you money of account. So you're going to pay them in the same manner, which is another promise note, and there you go. Put it in your asset account as cash deposit. Thank you very much, you stupid boy. That's how you do it. And you run them. So you have to tell them what to do. Okay? So it's the same process. Same process. All right. Now, let's see. Number 17.
8? 13.
17. 13. Oh, we are on to 15. Sorry.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about, the cash, they deposit as a promissory note as cash. So the bank enters into its own asset account a cash deposit. You see, that's what they do with the promissory note. Bearing your signature, that's a valuable consideration that you're giving in. What do they give back to you? Nothing. Zero. So how can it be a contract if there is no valuable consideration?
Pay for the solicitors either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
That has to be give and take for you to be a contract.
Yeah.
What you're saying to me, oh, you're going to give them a promissory note that they can deposit as a cash deposit on their accounts, and you get nothing. How is that an agreement? It's not an agreement, it's a con, right? Now, 16 is acceptance and deposit of your note makes the bank liable to you, you see. Because they've taken your promissory note and deposited in their account as a cash deposit. Guess what? They're liable to you. Not the other way around. You're not liable to them. You give them money to put in the asset account. They never give you anything. So they're liable. All right? Okay? Now, 17, the banks, okay, that's the process. Yeah? So once you sign the agreement, the bank is going to look up the credit. That's number 17. If you have good credit, they're going to say, oh, okay, fine, now we're going to give you some money. You see? If they had money anyway, they wouldn't need to do that. They'll just give it to you. Yeah? But anyway. However, the bank has no money to lend. The bank gives man a promise to lend by way of a commitment letter. That's all they give you. They promise to lend you, but they never give you anything. They promise to lend you, okay? And the promise comes through by something called a loan authorization letter, signed by one of their people. Okay? Now, for you to sell a mortgage, the property has to be free of liens and encumbrances. Now, if the seller has a mortgage, it means it's not free of liens and encumbrances, is it? So you cannot sell it. You see, the seller cannot sell the house because it's got a mortgage on it, that's a lien and encumbrance. And you cannot buy the house because it cannot be bought because there's a mortgage on it. So how the hell do they do it? So, right. So I'm just going to read it and see if it makes sense. If it don't, we'll come back and explain it. Now, so it's number 20, right? So liens such as existing mortgages, judgments must be paid before the property can be mortgaged by you to the bank. As simple as that, you see? As collateral for the money that you're supposedly going to get, that you never do anyway, pursuant to the promise of the bank, right? So the seller at this point cannot lawfully pay off the mortgage on the property to obtain what is called clear title, as he or she has not yet received any money from you, you see? And you cannot lawfully mortgage the property to the bank because it doesn't belong to you yet. The way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to get the money from the bank, cash money, go to the guy's house, give him the money, he gives you the title and the key, you take the title to the bank and say, that money you gave me, here's the title, keep that until I pay you back. And then you keep the key to go into the house with. That's how, are we taking a break or what's going on?
No, keep going.
Everyone's walking out.
No,
Could you shut the door please on the way out? And don't come back. We'll let them go and then carry on. Yeah.
I need to struggle whiskey. Yeah, 21.
21, yeah. So, come on. So, you, so the man, you need to get money, right? Take it to the seller, give the seller the money, take the title to the bank, say to the bank, you keep the title until I pay you the money that you gave me. That's how it's supposed to work, you see. Yeah? Is that clear? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. The way a mortgage is supposed to work is this. The bank is a building with a whole bunch of money.
Allegedly.
Right? Supposedly. Now you walk in on the street and you see a house that you like. And you say, oh, it's for sale. And you go, oh, now how much is it? £10. Oh, cool. Give me a minute. You go to the bank and say, listen, I've seen a house I want to buy. How much is it? £10. Could you give me £10, please? And the bank gives you £10 in cash. You take the £10 to the house. You say, here's £10, I want to buy your house. He's going to give you two things, the key and the title, right? Now you take the key and the title. The key you're going to use to get to the house. Because the bank gave you money, £10 to buy the house, you're going to take the title to them. And so I'd like to mortgage this property against the £10 that you gave me. You see? So I'm going to pay you back £1 every month. When the £10 is paid, I'll come back and take my title. Now, my property will be free and clear of all liens and encumbrances because I've paid it off. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Yeah. That's how it's supposed to happen. But it doesn't happen like that. That's a different, yeah. Anyway, let's carry on and then we'll see how it does. Right, now the job of the bank is to make these liens and encumbrances disappear so you can mortgage the house. So, briefly, anyway, let's just read it and try and break it down. Now, the bank is in concert with its lawyers cause the disappearance of the liens by using a check drawn in the name of the bank, right? So they're going to draw a check in the name of the bank, but backed by your promissory note. That's the con, right? So you create a promissory note, they put it in their bank account, and then they write out a check in the bank's account's name, as long as the bank has given the money. But the money belongs to you. That's how they do it. So that's the circle. That you give them the money, and then they write a check in their name, but it's your money, all right? The check is then deposited into the lawyer's account. The bank and its lawyers use the promissory note as cash to enable the purchase, you see. So the bank's lawyer, is that clear? Or is it? Yeah? Because I don't need to explain 24 and 25, because 25 is the man's promissory note makes the conveyancing possible. Because look, what the bank does is this: they take your promissory note, put it in their assets, record it as an asset. If they're at 0 in the morning and you put £100, now they have 100, right? They're going to write a check for £100 to the seller and say, there you go, you're going to pay for your house. And that's how they get it. But they use your money to pay for that. That's how it's done. It's simplified. That makes any sense.
Also, they make sure that there's usually a 6-week gap, and that 6 weeks gap, that your money in their account is only interest for them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, interest is a killer as well. But they're gonna give you your own money back, and you're gonna pay back interest. So that's twice already. Because one is when you pay them back the full amount, plus the interest. And not just that, but I mean, they go on and they get, anyway, I'll carry on and explain what they do behind the scenes. I'll tell you what, guys, let's take 5. Yeah? We take 5 and you come back and we'll be able to go through this. Otherwise, it tends to be too much. Let's take 5 minute break and we carry on.